glowy glue-like stuff on here. This is because I tried to do a repair. When the glue dried, it did not dry correctly, and it kind of like left the residue all around, so you can see where I did the repair. Anyway, so I found that the Noseeums were coming from this freaking crack, and I only had silicone caulking around with me, so I used this. This is like a healthy amount, I would say, and it should dry within like 30 minutes, but I'm going to leave this for about 3 hours to completely dry. The reason why I decided to do this silicone caulking is because of this. Remember that I had a huge freaking uh, packing tape on here? See, those are Noseeums. See that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So these freaking buggers that were coming into the bathroom, I saw them, going over the crack. It turns out they actually might have made a breeding ground inside of the freaking sink. So if you are keeping track, that means we have Noseeums coming out from this sink. We also have drain flies coming out from this sink. Freaking terrible. So, this is my solution to it. What I'm planning to do is this. So I've already taped this area up. I taped that area, I caulked that area. I'm going to get some mothballs and put a mothball over here. Put it over the drain cover, remove this. And then gas these freaking bugs overnight and see how this works. I'm also going to get the drain cleaner that some of you guys had recommended, using a gel drain cleaner, trying to remove it. You guys have also said clean out the trap. I don't feel comfortable cleaning out the trap, and to be very frank with you, if I know bugs are coming out of here, I'm afraid that if I open up that trap, I'm going to have a whole bunch of bugs fly towards me. That's exactly what happened when I opened up that little porcelain piece right there. I opened it up, 2 drain flies flew towards me, and I was like, nope, 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 nope. So I packing taped it. I saw a bunch of drain flies here yesterday. It was about 30. But I had no idea that it appears that we have Noseeums right here. See that? See these suckers? These are definitely bigger than, and you can see their legs are moving. How glorious, how glorious. Sorry for anybody who believes that I'm being a little cruel to these bugs. I'll make sure I stick them on the other side later. I'm not too happy about it. These bugs have been ruining my life for the last 2-3 months. I feel like it's like, yeah. You guys have heard about the Noseeum things. I can't figure out why they were coming in, but for sure, when we're coming home late at night, I see these Noseeums hanging out basically by the lobby area of the building. And they're outside of the building, trying to come into the building, and they're holding onto the glass. So when when you go into an apartment building, you got like a glass security door. Yeah, they're outside of the glass security door, street level, trying to come in because they're attracted to the light. And I think that's the reason why they swarmed this apartment, because we're usually up anywhere from like midnight to 3 a.m. Sometimes Lewis has the studio lights open. And the studio lights are so freaking bright. I imagine these Noseeums are like, hey, we're going to go on over here. Look, it's light, it's light, it's light. Yeah. So when the Noseeums came in, they obviously bit us. And then when a female drinks blood, only the female drinks blood, she wants to lay eggs. And their ideal place to lay eggs is in moist soil. I got rid of the plants, basically all the plants in the apartment. The only one that I have is this one plant that's pretty damn parched. So I knew they couldn't be breeding. And it was making me wonder, like, how the hell are these Noseeums still lingering around here? Are they that smart that they're going to just be hanging out outside of the apartment during wintertime when it snows? But yeah, it turns out it looks like a few of the ones that bit me decided to make, or Lewis, but I'm most likely betting it's me or the cats. They made a home, or they made a little breeding ground inside of the drain. And then the drain flies came in. I really do believe it's drain flies and Noseeums coexisting in here. This is what happened. So it absolutely freaking sucks. But that tells you really how much these bugs want to survive. If they cannot find a place to live in terms of the plants, they will live in the drains. And I've read online, and I've spent hours reading about these freaking Noseeums. They were saying, get rid of standing water, make sure you get rid of your potted plants. And there are a few people who say that they've had Noseeums and they just can't seem to get rid of them. They don't know how the hell these bugs are coming in. And this could be a solution. So if you guys are battling Noseeums, I highly recommend put packing tape over your drains. If you have like a hole over here, a drainage hole right here, make sure you tape it up. Any hole you want to tape it up, see if any bugs come out. And if you see any of these Noseeums coming from your shower drains, your sinks, you got to take care of it, because you will never win the battle with Noseeums if they are breeding deep down inside of the drain. Bleach doesn't work. I was reading online for drain flies, and they say, yeah, you can put bleach on the eggs, but they'll still survive. I think part of it is that when you put bleach down the drains, there might be like a little pocket of sorts that the eggs might be in, and it might like not touch it, because you know how drains go downwards and they just kind of like what would I say? They kind of rinse it. They just rinse everything underneath. So you might get rid of like the biofilm in there a bit with the bleach. But if the eggs are kind of stuck in a little nook or a crevice, yeah, it's just gonna get rinsed with bleach. And then later on, of course, people are using sinks. People are using showers, and it's gonna dilute the bleach, because you're gonna have like fresh water going right through there. So this has been a very eye-opening experience for me, and yeah, so again, packing taped it, and I'm gonna get that gel drain cleaner, and then get mothballs, and at the end of the night, I'm gonna make sure I have my mothball over here. Damn you. Mothball over there, stick that there, and this is the nacho cheese sauce container for Taco Bell nachos. I went to Taco Bell yesterday, like I said. So yeah, if you don't know what kind of size container might fit on your drain, look into going Taco Bell and getting a nacho cheese sauce container, or the container that they put onions in, or red sauce, you know, the sauce on the side, those little cups. I think this is, does it say? It is a 2-ounce container. There we go. So it is a 2-ounce sauce container. And yeah, just put a mothball over there, stick it underneath. Boom. And that will gas those little guys. Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They might be between the crawl space between this and the sink. So if I put drain cleaner in here directly, it's not going to hit this porcelain part, right? The only way I could hit it is gassing it. So that's my hope with gassing it. We'll see if it works or not. I know they can't come out over here. I know they can't come out over here. So worst comes to worst, I'm just going to make sure it's taped up for the next month. This part I don't have to worry, obviously. But this part I'll change it out every day. And then just kind of keep track of, do I see any bugs? Make sure I monitor it. And yeah, but I think gassing will be quite good. I was reading online too that drain flies are something that you see in homes. I've never had to deal with this in Hawaii. That was the thing that surprised me. So I live in an apartment in Hawaii, never had to deal with Noseeums, never had to deal with drain flies before. And yeah, so they were inside of the wall. So I taped this part up. See over here? I taped this part up, and then I put caulking over there, but I also sprayed it with a bunch of like Fantastic or drain cleaner inside of there. And when I was doing that, some 2 drain flies flew out to me. I didn't want to spray it again, because I thought, well, let me just kind of entrap them in there and see how that works out. But yeah, if the bugs are coming out from there, they can also come out from over here, because we have 2 holes over here. And that's my concern. Like if you have any opening here, the bugs might fly in here, see this is like a little haven, and then lay their eggs in between drain, because the drain goes directly down, right? So there's like a layer, shall I say, kind of like a hollow, this is like a hollow sink. So if it overflows in water, the 2 holes here drain the water down that way. So if a bug lays some eggs inside of here, yeah, you're going to have a hard time killing them, because if the drain cleaner goes over here and not over here, then yeah, they're going to continue to live. We will have to definitely get a new sink, for sure. This has been here for a couple years from what I've been told. And yeah, so I got so pissed off when I was seeing this sink, because you can see this whole opening over here. So I tried to do I tried to glue it with epoxy, and it was supposed to dry clear, but it didn't dry clear. I tried scrubbing this thing. It just turned naturally yellow over time. And yeah, see, so you can see I tried to smear it and everything. But when I tried to put the second piece on, it wouldn't fit. and that told me, okay, Erica. So I thought that just kind of wedging it and putting some like foil would be a good way until we actually got it replaced, but we never got around to doing it. And yeah, so this is the solution until we actually get this thing replaced. And yeah, I've actually thrown really hot water down the drain. It didn't really make a difference. And like people had mentioned, if the bugs are laying their eggs underneath this porcelain part, right? Not down the drain, but underneath the porcelain part, then yeah, it is not a very it is not a good solution, because I'm going to be boiling over there, but I'm not going to be boiling it over here. So that's where the whole idea of gassing is going to work. And people who have been dealing with drain flies say that using the mothballs does help out a lot, but you just got to be on it, because like if you kill the existing drain flies, you can gas them, but the eggs that hatch, because the eggs are so freaking sturdy, when there might be like a period of time where you kill all the adults, but the eggs are in the process of hatching. If you do not gas them, or you do not keep up with the maintenance, if the eggs hatch, it's like you end up with another, like, swarm or infestation and stuff like that. I have been killing so many of these freaking drain flies slash noseeums. I've killed about there was like a slow period of it, but for whatever reason, it's been going up in numbers. I don't know why, but I can only imagine, like, if a bug was born inside of the drain or inside of the sink, and then they drink blood or whatever they eat, they will go back and decide to lay their eggs wherever they were born from. And if they know that they have this area of, if they know that their safe haven is inside of this sink, yeah. So I can, people have been saying, like, just replace the sink, maybe it will just be gone. I don't really want to replace the sink and then have a swarm of bugs flying out, because when I lifted up this thing, there were 2 bugs that flew out towards me. So it's very important that I kill everything inside of the sink first before thinking about a replacement. I don't want someone to come and replace this and then they just get like, holy crap, there's no steams flying towards me. There's drain flies flying towards me, and then they decide to make a new home into the new sink. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just a slow process, but I'm happy that I had the silicone caulk lying around. Not the most aesthetic, but this is definitely a way to solve the issue. Yeah, this is not gonna win Better Homes and Gardens year award. I showed Lewis this thing and I was like, look at the Noseeums. Where is it? Look at the Noseeums. Oh, where's the other Noseeum? Look at that. Oh, these are the friggin' bugs that have been harassing me. So yeah, if I cover that area, cover this area, where are the bugs gonna come out? I don't think there's any other space for them to come out. Yeah, I think I've killed 1 Noseeum today. That was it. It could have been a straggler. I'm not too sure, but the Noseeum thing, when we pulled out the AC from outside, I kid you not, I opened up the window and a Noseeum was outside of the window. So I was like, fuck. So we got Noseeums on the ground floor of this apartment building. We got Noseeums outside of our apartment windows. We also have Noseeums inside of the bathroom. So it's not just the Noseeums are stuck inside of here. It's like the Noseeums are out from the outside, trying to come into the inside. And once they get into the inside, then they want to lay their eggs in the freaking drain. Yeah. So I'm worried about summertime, because summertime is like Noseeum breeding season, and because our screens are a total piece of crap, absolute piece of crap. Okay, it's not because of the holes in the screen. There is no holes in the screen. It's because that the screen frame it's not flush. So you got this gap, like with some of the windows, you got a 1/2 inch gap between the screen and the glass window. And with that gap, the bugs can go right in between the half and get inside. So that's how they're getting into the apartment. That's why we see sometimes ladybugs getting into the apartment. And ladybugs are so much bigger than these little Noseeums. Ladybugs are kind of big, but they just kind of do the shimmy over the screen, and then they come into the apartment that way. I tried taping it up, and that's kind of been like mixed experiences. So the windows absolutely suck here. Lewis and I have come to a consensus that if he does move, we're going to make sure that the place that we move to has really good freaking windows. And if they're subpar, rip it out, get freaking new ones, because If you live in a house where the window screens are not really protecting you from anything and the bugs can just climb over the window screen, it's like, what's the fucking purpose of having a window screen, you know? So, yeah, so it's just like the windows over here, all the window screens are a piece of crap. They are so shoddily made. And I know this is gonna sound bad, but I can't believe this apartment's like $2,000 for what this crap ass window screens. Yeah, so crap ass window screens. There's all sorts of things that, but it is New York. This is the price that you pay to live in New York, and I guess this is actually definitely more affordable than, let's say, living in Manhattan. But these bugs just drive me crazy. Yeah, I was telling him that. I said, in Hawaii we don't have no seams. You guys know, I love Honolulu, Hawaii. I was trying to tell him. I was saying, maybe one day you should move to Honolulu, Hawaii. And he told me, he said, yeah, but what am I gonna do there? And I told him, maybe you might think about opening a second location in Honolulu, Hawaii. Maybe, if he lives there, I know he's not going to want to go out to the beach every single day. I know he's not going to want to look outside his window every single day. He's going to want to do something. And I think maybe having a new store location in coexistence with the current store location may be a good idea. But this would be like a couple years down the line. Definitely not now. I'm actually against the idea of him buying property right now for two reasons. It's if he buys a property right now, he has to figure out logistics, right? If he wants to move outside of New York. Second of all, he doesn't know how everybody doesn't know how high property tax is going to be because of this situation. So you might have, let's say, New York's property tax or their income tax or whatever tax they have go up substantially, driving people out. And I don't like the idea of him buying a property in, let's say, New Jersey, and then New Jersey's property tax goes up astronomically, and New Jersey also has an exit tax. So if you want to leave New Jersey and sell the property, you're going to get taxed on that. So New Jersey has really great houses, but their state is a total cluster f. So you can look it up if you don't believe me. New Jersey is a mess. It's a beautiful garden state, gorgeous state, but the finances of New Jersey, from what I was reading, is an absolute mess. So you see beautiful houses, but keep in mind the people who live in New Jersey are paying for that beautiful thing. And I just, yeah, I don't like the idea of being in a state that is mismanaged, has a lot of debt in it, and because it's going to be transferred over to homeowners, right? So that's why I really believe he should hold off on buying any property at least for the next 1 or 2 years, see how state budgets are, see how they want to balance their books. And if property tax, let's say in New York, goes up, let's say 30%, he's not going to want to live in New York. Yeah. So I will talk to you guys later. I got to charge my phone anyway. I'm at 5%. But just wanted to give you this little update. Packing tape, caulking, little mothball thing, gel cleaner. I think it's going to work. See ya.